Thank you for joining us today for the virtual Sunday service with the Center for Creative Living. CCL, a charter of the Universal Church of the Master, has served and supported the spiritual needs of its community here in the Bay Area for over 20 years.
Take what you get.
Welcome. Thank you so very much. It's been a very interesting week. I always say interesting when what I want to say are swear words, because it's been that kind of interesting week. And so I'm so glad you're here. If you don't get the CCL Insights, please sign one of these pieces of paper that Link has, and because that's where people find out what's coming up. And we also have wonderful columns by Joan Stutz and one from Tamara Blau, part of the CCL Insights.
From Doti Boon.
And something from Doti Boon, thank you, dear. And so just to let you know, this is something we put out, and there's usually pictures that Corky has made, because this coming week is St. Patrick's Day, and I am part Irish, and my great-grandmother's name was Kathleen Murphy. You can't get any more Irish than Kate Murphy, and so all my life I've been raised with Irish fairy tales, Irish cute sayings, and a few parts of that culture that came over from Ireland took over that side of my family where we got a lot of drinking going on. So just let you know that if any of you here are part Irish, I am so glad to hear. Hey, there we go, Jill. Yeah, hey, Lauren. Hey, Patricia. Thank you so much. We have. You're what?
Irish.
Irish. Oh, wow.
A lot of drinking.
With a lot of drinking with the Irish Indian. Yeah, that's very interesting how different cultures have different things. And I am so excited about today's speaker because Chris Peters came into here one day having no idea where he was going or what he was doing or what the people were like. And he was just glowed. He had this presence. And I thought, oh, that's so nice, a man that is glowing with spiritual energy. And then he brought in his wife, and Rebecca is incredible. And so thank you for being here. Not only is she beautiful, friendly, and just has this peaceful innerness, she's also a great baker. And we love getting her things when she comes on Sunday and she brings us treats. So today we have, okay, Madeleine.
Madeleine.
No, one more time.
Madeleine.
Madeleine. Yes, thank you. And I love the way she says it a lot better than the way I say it. And I know they're delicious because everything she's brought has been. And they're sugar-free?
Vegan. No sugar-free.
Vegan. Vegan, okay, thank you. Well, we really do appreciate when people bring in goodies. That's fantastic. And then behind you, for some of you who haven't met him, and he's been coming for the last couple of weeks, is Desmond. Thank you so much, Desmond, for being able to come back. And usually people don't know Desmond as Desmond, they just know him as the baby's father. And with his wife, Krista, we have the newest member to CCL, and it's Rosalie. And, yeah, we're so glad to have her here. Yes, Corky, you were saying something?
No.
Oh, and Patricia, who this is her first time, raise your hand, Patricia. Yay! So you know who this is, okay? And we're glad to have you here. And she just, there's a quietness about her too. We've got these people that just are so, that help you ground yourself. So we're glad to have you here. Yes, Jen.
I just want to announce that Tricia is going to be giving our next educational series, which will happen on April 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. And she's going to talk about the power of resiliency with disability.
Wow, fantastic.
And ways that we can support each other in whatever our abilities are and how we can be kind and compassionate.
Thank you. Well, what a gift. Thank you so much, Patricia. And speaking of upcoming things, we just twisted Amina's arm behind her back, which was very uncomfortable for her, and said, would you talk to us about Ramadan? And so she's going to be here April 3rd, talking about the wonderful Islamic holiday of Ramadan.
Yay!
Okay, so, and kind of letting us know why people fast for a month and what that's about. So, Amina, we're glad to have you here. Thank you so very much. All right. Anybody else have some announcements they'd like to make of anything upcoming? Well, I want you to notice the sunflowers that we put out for the Ukraine. And so, we were going to do a prayer when Annie's going to have a prayer for us at the end of the service, where we talk about sending out prayer and power and energy to the people of Ukraine. And I don't know anyone Ukrainian. I'd love to talk to somebody personally, not one of us that is in sympathy, but somebody who really knows the people in the country and the politics, which I'm never quite sure. What I hear on TV and in the news is how the people in the country feel and what they're going through. So if you know anybody who's Ukrainian, I'd say, could you come and talk to our church so we can know exactly how you feel and what's going on. Okay? And now we're going to do a guided meditation. I'm going to invite Reverend Dr. Janet Childs to come on up here. And I want you all to get comfortable. Put your feet flat on the floor. Just take a nice deep breath and center yourself. Each one of you is a child of God. And right now, I'd like you to go into your brain and take a picture of what you think God looks like. For some of you, God is a man. For some of you, God is a woman. And for some of you, God is an energy. And some, God resides in the trees. And God is a river and a lake. But just focus on your vision of God. Some of you were raised different religions. Each religion sending out a picture of what God is or looks like. But it's more important what you feel. So one more time, take a nice deep breath. And follow me as we go in search of God. We're going to visualize a path. Visualize a very nice windy path with trees on both sides. And as we're walking along the path, you can feel the ground beneath your feet. You can feel the sun on your shoulders and your head. And you can feel a slight breeze through the trees. And as you're walking along, you come to a bridge over a river. I want you to stop at the top of the bridge and look down. It's not a tall bridge. So I don't want you to be fearful of looking down into the water. But you can see this little river, and through the river you can see rocks and fish. And as you stand there, looking into the river, you can see yourself. And as you look at yourself in the river with the sun and the breeze and the trees, realize you're looking at the face of God. God is so within you that it illuminates you. Every time you look in a mirror or a person passing by, you are looking into the face of God. So whatever your religion, realize that you are an embodiment of your vision of God. And as you go through the day to day, with each step you take, say to yourself, I am a child of God. And you'll be amazed how much better you feel. And now we're going to see what the wonderful Janet Childs has to do with this meditation on her guitar. Your spirit flows through me like the wind and the sea, and every moment, every breath sings to me. I see your face in the mirror as I gaze. And the light shines through the universe. The light brings me to myself. I gaze into the mirror and I see you in every breath of a baby, in every song I hear. We are together in this moment. We are here forever in our lives. I open my heart and I dance with you, bringing hope the love we have always knew. We are one, we are one, we are one. And the face of the universe, it shines, shines upon me. And it brings me closer to all that I can be. So I look into the mirror and I see you looking back at me. And the rivers and the oceans, the clouds and the fire of sun and star, it's shining for me, shining in my heart. And we are dancing in the light, in the light, in the light, in the light. We are singing, and it's clear and bright, clear and bright. We are holding, we are bringing all that we are, and we are dancing. Take a nice deep breath, and when you're ready, bring your energy back to the room. Thank you so much, Janet. That was wonderful. Yay. Thank you. And before I go any further, I'd like to introduce somebody who's very important to us. Reverend Gott is the president of our parent church, the Universal Church of the Master.
Yay!
And Reverend Dr. Eileen is the vice president. Reverend Dr. Eileen. Yay. And for those of you who don't know, that is our parent church. So when we talk about the Universal Church of the Master, that's our parent church, and it's been around since 1908. Yeah. And so that's kind of we've been around for a long time and always preaching the same thing, that each one of you is a child of the Master, whether you call him God, whether you call this person Goddess, we're the right place for you.
And CCL's been around for over 20 years.
Yeah, CCL, our church. I like that. My church. Center for Creative Living has been around for over 20 years. Thank you so very much. We watched a thing called Heaven's Gate, the cult where everybody decided they were going to be picked up by a flying saucer. 39 people gave their lives to a group. And what I wanted to say, when someone says to you, is that a cult you're going to? Say, oh, I don't think so, because the head of the church, she doesn't say anything about what we believe in or how you're supposed to cut your hair or what you're supposed to do. We're pretty open to who you are exactly the way you are. You don't have to change a thing, except maybe your underwear every once in a while. But that's it. and we thank you for that. All righty. And what you see rolling in is a bunch of food that's been donated to us through a wonderful, I want to say parent, but it's a person. Gabrielle is the executive director here at the Billy DeFrank, and she. What did she say?
She's the board president.
Board president. Well, you know, whatever you are, we thank you so much. And the food has been donated by Trader Joe's. So before you leave, make sure you pick up some food. And it's amazing what they have. And try those wonderful goodies that Rebecca made. And I think I've waited long enough before I introduce our next speaker. Chris Peters is one of the newer members of our church. And he came in one day and said, I like this place. And we're so glad he did, because he keeps coming back. And that's wonderful, Chris. We're so glad to have you. And he's an expert he's a pro at fitness. And bringing spirituality into fitness of your body. As you know, it's mind, body, spirit, and they're so connected. I missed a little bit on the body part, but I got the mind and the spirit. So, and I'm so excited to hear him. And welcome, Chris Peters. It's going to be a touchdown, I can tell. Where do you want to go?
Well, I want to go there. But
You're going to take my place? You're welcome. Here we go. Okay.
all right.
I'm going to slide right over here.
How about that? Huh?
Yeah.
Mask off? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. Thank you, Gabrielle for being the leader she is, to have this space available. That, however, I don't know how it got started. The
We
church
needed
took
a
this
place to
space.
go, and she said, "Come over here, we need you."
Yeah, so thank you for coming. And yeah, thanks to the whole team. This is a prop, and one thing it makes me think of is team.
You're already having a yay in the back.
Yeah. I was worried about this. I didn't bring any of my own. This is from the kitchen. I think there's 2 left. Yeah, in the meditation that we do every week, at least a handful of times when we do it until today, I knew that I had been invited to come up here, and I start to weep when I see myself up here. And if I tell the truth, I'm just going to cry all the time.
That's okay.
Tell the truth and cry.
This is a meteorite.
Bang.
This meteorite has passed through
Oh, thank you.
the solar system. It came all this way. It could have been diverted many, many, many times. It told me it needed to come to church today.
Seriously.
And if it can make it all the way here to be held by you, anything's possible.
Well, I can cry and talk. I mean, it's funny, I'm so not practiced at having mics and cameras, and so I thought this was the camera. It's like, what a good feeling. And today we're going to talk about feeling. You know, it's a priority for me to be aware of how I feel. I know what it feels like to feel really good, you know, to be in my passion, to be turned on, to be in joy, to feel bubbly, to feel filled up. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be on the ground, to be, you know, depression, to be in the depths. And so for me in this life, it's a priority to be aware of how I feel and to know something about notching it up when I'm not feeling so good. So I'm going to share about that today. But I think it was before I came to this church with Rebecca, I asked the universe, so just a few weeks ago, did I ask or did I demand? I said, I want an invitation to speak. And she says to me this morning, she said, well, you know, I've asked the universe. Oh, you're talking to the universe too? I know. And she said, the universe said, yeah, there's this guy. And he wants to do what you want him to do. Something like that. So it's just spirit, the power of spirit. So we're going to talk about, we can't talk about all of that today, can we? Well, we can, because it's big, but it's really small too. It's just the truth. So, geez, thanks for the meteorite. Seriously? Like, why did you bring that today?
Because he said that there was someone he wanted to meet.
Because the universe
I
said.
love it. Yeah.
Great, don't remember what time.
Well, I did a lot of preparation for today.
And you've got, you see the clock down there?
Oh, oops.
You have 10 until 10 till.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, well, I can get going there.
Yeah,
So.
another thing I was told to do for you.
I get it. So, yeah, I'm feeling freer now. Thank you, Reverend Doctor. I don't remember the first name.
Dr. Eileen, yeah.
Eileen. That's right. When we did the meditation this morning, I saw God, and it was me as a child. And I've got several kids. One of them is in the audience today. My beloved son, David.
Oh, well, baby David.
And I've got a few others, including this guy, including my little Chris in my life is so important. And he really wanted to be up here. He loves to be on stage, playing, sharing, laughing. So he's very grateful. Okay, let's do stuff. So I'm going to go to the side here and do something. I'm going to make a prayer. And I'll tell you more about it after we do it, but we're going to go. You guys are coming with me.
Okay.
We're going to Ukraine. Just enjoy the ride.
Can we do our arms with you?
No. Yes, no. Just whatever happens for you. Good luck. I'm going to fly, and you guys can get on my back. Hold on, however you want. This is very pretty representation of Ukraine there in the sunflowers.
$15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20. Where am I? Yeah. 22.
When I was a kid, in my dreams, I would fly across the country. I love using my imagination, and I encourage you to use your imagination. Have that playful spirit sometimes and use your imagination. It was so cool to fly above the sunflowers, and you guys are on there, hey, slow down. But a push-up is a push-up. People do push-ups. They count their reps. But for me, the push-up is really being aware of the heart chakra. And so I come here, the power of the heart, connecting with the heart. And then I imagine as I'm pumping that it's encircling the planet, the heart energy, the chakra's wide open and encircling the planet, the love, the compassion, all that the heart is, forgiveness, joy. So I bring my attention within with exercise, and then I take it without by my awareness. One of my favorite cues in meditation is to breathe in between the thoughts. I imagine words. Breathe in between the thoughts. What's there? You know, sometimes in a meditation they'll coach you, don't hold on to the words, just notice them, let them go. I played that a little bit. Or I played the one where you meditate and repeat something back around a bunch of times, something that feels good. Words make a difference, right? Good words feel good. So that's fine, but the one that really got me was to breathe into the space between the words, to be aware of air, to merge with the space. This ball and this book have a lot in common, okay? They both have a cover and they have words. This book is full of words. There's some good words. I remember, only the truth is true. Nothing beside it is there. Nothing else exists. But more than words, there's space in this book. The space between the words is much greater than the words themselves. This ball's a little low on air, but it's got air inside. And when you pump it up, when you inflate it, when you inspire the ball with air, when you fill it with air, it wants to fly. That's what inspiration is. It's filling up with air. When you look at the sky at night, you see stars. But there's something much greater. It's that space again. There's so much space for all the stars to fit in. I like to think of the sky like my consciousness, to visualize, to imagine. My mind is like the sky and the stars are like thoughts. Pretty little thoughts. But the all that is the space. Now check this out. If you take one of those stars, let's say this is kind of like a star. If you take this star, let's say you could take it into your hand, get a microscope, and look closer at it. Don't look at it from far away, but look at it really close up. What do you see? Well, eventually you get down to the cellular level. You can see the cells. Everything is made of cells. Molecules in the air, we call them molecules. I have to warn you, I was named after 3 scientists. Really. Well, my dad's a scientist, so he likes. So, Christian Michael Peters. And I even, in college, I got a degree in science. A Master of Arts. Kinesiology is science of human movement. So even it's like, what the heck? Well, I'm a mix. I make science work for me. Like everything, I make it work for me. I've read books. I read that God is all is God. That means what it does for me. It has something to do about the space, the spaciousness, the air in the room. But check it out, excuse me. Go back to the football, the star material. Look at it really close. You get down to the cellular level, and what is there? A cell. Okay, well that's pretty small. What is a cell made up of? Nucleus, proton, neutron. These things flying around in space. What the heck? The closer you look, the less there is. Or the more there is, the more space there is. What's another word for space? Well, it's the gap. It's nothing. Oh, really? Well, I could say everything about nothing and still not be done. It's the soup that we live in. It's the air in the room. It's in the floor. It's in the walls. So in physical reality, it's pretty special. Space, air. And I find spirituality and physicality are synonyms. That happy and healthy and happy, healthy, healthy, dead. They're synonyms. You know, what do you believe that lifts you up? You know a lot about yourself. What are you going to do today? Do something that feels good and say, yes, thank you. Okay, please distribute a little handout for you here. Maybe you've heard of the emotional guidance system. It's a list of emotions that are familiar.
Excuse me, Chris, is that the Course in Miracles? What's the book?
Yeah. Yep. I was sitting with my uncle years ago. I lived with my uncle for a while. And he said, Chris, come here. We sat down at the kitchen table. He said, listen to this. Where is it? And he just read the introduction to A Course in Miracles to me, and I started laughing. When I'm laughing, that's a sign that I'm feeling good. My son and I were talking this morning. He said, what is it you were saying yesterday to Samantha? That's one of my other son's wives. We were talking about God. I said, Samantha, what is it? To me, when I hear that God is all, that means that there's nowhere to hide, and that God is in the rock. God is the rock. God is in me. God is in you. God is in the air, etc. I said, but I looked online because I wanted to make sure that, like, one of the big religions was saying the same thing, because I thought that's where I got that. It was from religion. You know, God is omnipresent kind of idea. But I looked online and there was some discussion like, well, in Christianity, that's not exactly what we mean. You know, there's something called pantheism, where they say God is all is God. It's like, okay, but wait, what Christianity doesn't mean that? No, Christianity just means God is always here with you, but he's not in stuff. Anyway, so, right, you take what you take and make it work for you. So I have a lot of science in my life, but also a lot of art, a lot of experience, and I've had fun making it work for me. So I do something called positive body awareness practice. There's so much to share and talk about.
That's
That
great.
means
You
you'll
can
have to
always
come
come
back
I know, you guys. I thought about laughter. You know, they say laughter is the best medicine. Gosh darn it. You know, you can have a disease. You can have, a pain. But somebody gets you laughing, and you forget, or maybe the pain goes away, right? It's happened to you. That matters to me. So if you look at your sheet of paper here, you can see these emotions. I'm careful how I use words around people, you know, because I don't want to talk about being happy, because people get nervous about that. You know, you can't just be happy. You know, don't tell me to be happy. What is happiness? Oh, people are always talking about being happy. Well, take what works for you, you know. Maybe you identify better with a different word. I like to say feel good. When I feel good, I'm done already. And it could be more specifically joy or passion or happiness, but I like to just say feel good. And so let's do another example. So I'm not wearing shoes or socks right now, and I'm on a wood floor. So I can find the feeling of my foot on the floor very easily. I like to say the bony contact of my foot, trying to be heavy in my body and feel my bony contact with the floor, kind of settling in the midfoot between the heels and balls of the feet. So I'm using my awareness to find something positive. You know, it's good to be on your feet, right? Hey, keep your feet. And finding a quality of grounding, balance. So I can say, in truth, I am grounded. And that means a lot to me because I know something about getting off in my head. I went off in my head a lot in preparation for today. I started laughing, and I was giving the speech last, Tuesday morning, and it was so great. And I was laughing. I'm ready. And then that afternoon, I wasn't ready again. I was like, wait, I need to clarify.
We all do that. We're
Ready, not ready, ready, not ready. Then this morning, Rebecca asked me, are you ready? And I said, yes, because I was. And I also knew that, my presentation isn't anywhere except at 11 o'clock or 11:20 on Sunday morning. I just want to show up. I want to be there too. And I found that I'm a fitness expert and personal trainer. Has been one of my main ways of expressing that. And I had a business where I did a lot of one-on-one training, but then also I had something I called body meditation, where people could come, and there was no charge for that. It was a free will offering kind of thing. I made more money with the free will offering body meditation, and I just felt like this should be illegal, because at the end of the session, it's like, they're paying me. I got to be there. I got the benefit of that. I showed up. The guided meditation is what it was, but really related to muscle and position, positive body position and tension. So I got paid to do something that I loved and to share. So that's what I want to do today. I did bring notes.
Are they musical?
And I knew that I had Jan, so I could just, at any moment, I could say, hit us with an A. That's all I care about. But really, how it all works together. So I had some tea the other night, and I did double dose, 2 bags and a half a cup of water, lemon, ginger. And I looked at these things. It's like, are you kidding me? One says, let your thoughts give hope, guidance, and upliftment to all. Well, how can I do that? Well, this might be a step in that direction. But it just rang a chord for me. And then this other one says, this was in the same cup of tea. It says, the world needs your unique gifts. Don't leave with them still inside you. It's like, oh, right on. Oh, right on. And then again, I was ready. I just got to show up and let it rip. But I did take notes and practice. So it's not completely just a free-for-all. So let's try something together. As you can. I know these chairs have their personality, don't they? It's not your favorite chair. But see if you can find some agreement with the chair. Get comfortable as you can. Accept the support of the chair as life supports you, always. Did you ever notice that? Life supports you always. Always. And here you are. You made it, right? So you get that place, find a sense of balance, left to right, front to back. So centering, and again, you're working with the chair, but thank you, chair. Be nice to the chair. Maybe a little gratitude to the people that designed the chair and did their best. Think of all the different people that are supposed to be comfortable in the same chair. So you're centering. Be heavy in the chair. See if you can feel some body weight on that chair. Call it grounding. Your feet on the floor is also a place we connect with the ground. So your awareness, you're breathing in between the thoughts, you're observing, you're watching, you're being with the feeling of grounding. See if you can have it be a good feeling. I'm here. I'm accepting the support of the chair. And then from that good grounding, inhale and extend through the crown of your head. Just lengthen your backbone. Gently. Go to where it goes and leave it there. Continue breathing. Take another breath. Inhale, extend again. See if there's a little bit more. And stay at that long position as you exhale. So you're getting long, you're getting tall, you're extending into this length tension, but then be easy there. Relax, breathe, let your breathing remind you to be easy through the neck and shoulders. You're just taking a long backbone position. The backbone is like an antenna. Now, most of you are my age, or a little older. So you remember what an antenna is really like. The ones that incrementally lengthened. I was at a workshop once. Just a guy, just a child of God. Not a preacher, but an exercise guy. He was an ex-Marine. But he's really in his passion, his spirit was really in sharing with people how to be in love with their body and be healthy. But he said, I was so happy because it's nice to get agreement from outside yourself about something you think is amazing. He said, you know what? He said, if you sliced your head here and opened it up, you would actually have an excellent receptor to radioactivity, or radio waves. It's like, shoot, I wanted to be able to say that, but he said it first, so I'll reference him. I like to think of the backbone as that antenna. So it's like a secret weapon. It's like, sometimes I'll get upset. I'll arrive at the grocery store and it's like that guy tried to park. You have something, and something happens in traffic. But I notice, because that's one thing I practice, is being aware of how I feel. And I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling happy. It's like, well, I'm not going to take that into the grocery store. I'm not going to show the world that I'm an angry, fussy guy. So stop, ground, long backbone. I imagine that I'm tuning into spirit. I'm listening to God. What does God want me to do? Well, I don't know for sure exactly, maybe, but I'm going to give my best. But when I get this long backbone position, what is that? I belong. I belong. I belong. Oh, so I can take that notion of belonging into the grocery store.
You've got 2 minutes.
All right. 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
I knew it. So it's the breath is a great, because when you are aware of air, when you be with your body breathing, just the pulse of life, that subtle lift and fall of the body, you're being with air. But what is air? Air is everything, everywhere. Space. Spirit. What is spirit? Air. Stir the air, stir the spirit. Ha, ha, ha. What are you doing? Laugh, laugh, laugh. So don't take it lightly, but it is about being light. Air. Okay. But then there's these other ones. The backbone. Oh yeah, my magic wand, my Ace of Wands, my antenna of the spirit. When you get long and then relax, what is that supporting you in that position? That subtle tension. I call it positive tension. It's your natural strength. You're strong. So very quietly you can get, I belong. Lead with your heart. Follow your heart. You know, if you're in your head, you're kind of looking down, you're thinking, you're leading with your head, your thoughts. Wait. Lead with your heart. I like how leading with your heart and following your heart can be the same thing. Get it up there and go. Risk it all. Lead with your heart. I am strong. So you're not making it up. You're not just trying to become a positive person, but you're anchoring it in physical reality, saying the truth, and then watch magic happen. I am, and it's happening. Thank you for playing with me. Words matter. Break a leg?
No.
Do you know? No. But do you know? I mean, you guys know what that comes from.
Right.
You do?
But on stage, when you're going on stage.
The what?
When you're going on the theater stage,
Right.
theatrical stage.
Yeah.
Because it was bad luck to wish somebody good luck. So saying break a leg means do it well.
Oh, because what I read, it does go back to the times of like Elizabethan theater, and break a leg was just bend a knee. Like when if you break a leg, that means you're bowing at the end, like you did well, like they're clapping for you. Wow. And in Spanish, what is it? Mierda? Mucha mierda? It's a lot of poo. That's what they say. Yeah, it's like, because if you're good, that means that a lot of carriages pulled by a lot of horses have come, and there's a lot of poo in the parking lot. So, if you're stepping in poo.
You've been good.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
You
golly.
can take everything there.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can come back. I don't think.
Okay, because that's what I knew too. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to just show up and fly, and if it's the last one, hey, I played the game. If I'm invited back, watch
Hey, you're
out.
part of a team.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Chris. I think that was wonderful. And now our Reverend, yes, a lot to think about. I love that. Make yourself long and be long. That's going to stick with me. I think that was fantastic. Thank you so much. And now, if you just take a moment and we keep quieting you down. But at this point, our wonderful Reverend and Corbin, who is our, I want to say, alternative minister. is going to come and lead us in a prayer. The Associate Pastor. Oops, I don't want to drop a meteorite on my foot.
No meteorites on the foot.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris. It was very. It was an interesting connection to body and spirit, which helped a lot. because I needed some grounding today, so that's good. Thank you. So let's just take a moment and close our eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. And let's breathe in all the love and all the energy and all the joy and all the wonderful words and things that were just shared with us. And hold on to that for a moment. And then breathe out. And as you breathe out, you can take anything, any of your cares, and let's put them into that virtual pretend basket that's sitting right next to you that Creator has put there for you. You don't have to take it back. The Creator will keep it for us and work it through. Take a nice deep breath back in again. And breathe out as I belong. Dearest Mother, Father, God, and dear Creator, you are one. Mother, Father, God, Creator, just different ways of saying the same thing. We want to thank you for this day, and we want to thank you for our lives, and we want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity for all of us to be together today. And Creator, let's start off with sending prayers out to our community, to anybody here within this community that either through themselves are having some challenges or their families with whom, close people to them. And then from there we reach it out to our city, to our state, to our town, to everywhere around us. We spread this love and we spread this energy, and every time we breathe in and we breathe out, we're spreading it further and further. Because as we become centered with you, Creator, and we become one with you, and we recognize your oneness within us, we also can send that energy out further and further and further to the Ukraine, to the people of the Ukraine, and to the people of Russia who are suffering with what's happening right now. And we want to open up our hearts and know that people are awakening to the truth that we are truly one. All the support and all the energy that the whole Western world is pulling together, that all the energy that we're sending off to those that want to be a part of this. And they can be, because Creator, you can reach out, and we know that you connect with all of us. Bring us peace in our hearts. Help us recognize the light and the love that we are, because in being that light, being that love, standing in our own energies, we are sharing it. Because there is one line, one connection. We thank you so much for this loving connection, for helping us recognize our oneness, and for helping us to give this love, not only to ourselves, which is where it begins, because we love ourselves and the Creator, you within us. But again, that becomes the pebble that reaches out to all the people who need our love, who aren't feeling you at the moment. We know you're with them, and we are with them too. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be, amen. And so it is.
And this is the time where we are going to ask for donations, and Annie is now going to put on another hat and pass the basket to Dr. Eileen. And while they're doing that, I want you to think of how much gratitude we have. I woke up this morning feeling, oh my gosh. How many of you wake up sometimes and it seems like every part of your body is resisting? And I thought to myself, thank goodness I'm not doing all this moaning and groaning in the Ukraine. Imagine waking up where you have no light, no water, no heat. You don't know what's coming next. Wherever you are, and there's that type of frustration of not knowing the next day that you're going to have a place to live, and you're going to have clothes on your body, and you're going to have food. I mean, the frustration in that. And we are so lucky. How many of you take time every once in a while to realize how lucky we are living where we do? And when you meet somebody here who is going through a difficult time, help them. I know we came on the way to church today. Whoever's standing beside the freeway, I've always got money in my money in the glove compartment, because I'm usually a rider, not the driver. And I'm always giving whatever, it could be $1, could be $5, but my spirit guide, one day, I said, oh, I don't know, I don't have any money. And Ma said, my spirit guide saying to Ma said, give him what you have in your wallet. And the only thing I had was a $20 bill. And I went, okay, and I gave the person a $20 bill, and they looked at it, and they say, may God bless you. And I thought, yeah, I have that $20. And I know there's going to be some more. But that person wasn't sure. And I think that uncertainty is the one thing that we have to be glad that we don't have. We do have some money in our pocket. We do have food. We do have lodging. So I want to thank you all for being here today. And Chris, shh, I'm talking. This is your minister time. I just want to thank Chris for such a great job. And we really do appreciate it. Yeah. Now, on the back of your program, always please pick up a program. Corky works a long time getting a program ready for you. And on the back of the program, it says the Sacrament of Giving. And we'd like to, at this point, bless the basket.
Giving to the ministry, from which I receive from spiritual support and nurturing, is an affirmation and consciousness of the truth that Spirit is the prospering power, enriching every area of our lives.
And so it is. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yay!
Don't forget to look at the food, look at the books and the tapes that are free in the back, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.
You too. Yay!